the Telecaster, my favorite electric guitar. A question I get all the time is, can you play jazz on a Telecaster? Is there anything you can't play on a Telecaster? Now that that's out of the way, this is specifically a American Performer Tele. Not sure what year it is. I guess I can figure it real quick. Yeah, it's only a couple years old, and it has the rosewood fretboard and the single coil pickups. Here, let's hear it real quick. I'm just gonna play a couple little things on it. So it's really good for chord playing. I'm on the front pickup right now. These are the Fender. They're called Yosemite pickups. They sound great. I'm more of a front pickup player, so that's going to be the majority of this demo. And before I go any further, this is a little bit different. This isn't really a demo like you're used to seeing, where I go through all the different. I might go through some different positions, like. I still like to twang it out a little bit, but I'm just going to go through and just talk about how this guitar works for kind of a jazz guitar smooth playing style, and just how it really nails those warm, rich, just stereotypical Telecaster tones. So this guitar, only thing I noticed when I first got it, I did have to just slightly adjust the nut height and file them to get that perfect. Just a little bit high here on the first, on the nut, making it a little bit difficult to play. So I got that set perfectly. I haven't done anything with the pickups. Love the pickups. Like I said, traditional single coil, single ply pick guard is. At first I thought maybe I'd want like a 3-ply, but I think it looks great. It's very clean, very simple. The satin finish is super nice. In person, it looks way better than any picture can do it justice. And everything else is pretty much straight ahead Tele. I did change the saddles. I really like the Glendale saddles. They just, to me, they're the compensated saddles. They have a big difference in not just tone, but intonation. You can really get the intonation just like perfect off the neck. Yeah, the saddles are. It's a good upgrade to do. And actually, I like the one where I do I think it's an aluminum E and A string. So it's called the Glendale Twang set. That's my favorite. So the top two here are brass, and then the two bottom little big strings that's aluminum, just to get a little bit more of a twang factor to it. So if you want to put it on the back pickup and I'm not a country guitar player by any stretch. If you want to do that, sure, go for it. You're not going to see many other jazz guitar players do that on their Tele, but I just play what I like. I don't really think about anything else other than just what I like, and that includes all kinds of stuff. So if you're familiar with this guitar, you already know the specs on it. It's got jumbo frets on it. Jumbo frets are, to me, love them. I love jumbo frets. It just makes it so easy to play, and if you do any kind of bending, but it makes it like buttery, easy to play. The fretwork is great on this guitar. It's got a very smooth feel to it. If you don't normally polish your frets, I really recommend that. I polish these as well, just with some light, really fine sandpaper through different grits. It makes a big impact on your just your perception and your feel. Tuners are great. I think that they're high ratio. They're 18-1. They're the vintage style, so the ones where you cut the string and you put it in and you just twist it, and there's no sharp fret ends that stick out. Love the up here on the headstock, the string roller is the kind that I really enjoy. Kind of like the same one as on the American Professional Teles. Works great. Here's the back of it if you want to look at it, just to get a feel for it. The neck is not really a tinted maple, but that's okay. It's got a nice light color to it. It's a nice kind of a modern look to it, more than a vintage creamy yellow with all the faded look to it. And yeah, and then down here you've got the bridge pickup. Is again, it's a Yosemite, and it doesn't have the pole pieces are all just flat, just like on the I believe like on your traditional Telecaster pickup. They're not like staggered or anything like that. I kind of just seem to like the flat old school pole pieces. I don't know why, but it's just like the old days. And yeah, so this guitar has a good weight to it. It's a little bit heavier than it's not too heavy. Some of those other Teles, like I've heard, like the Brent Mason Tele can get pretty heavy. I think that's an ash body, and this is an alder body. So that's why that is that way. Let's hear it just a little bit more. Just play some random little licks on it. Enjoy about Telecasters is the fact that you get a variety of tonal colors, depending on where you pick, closer to the bridge. You just get that kind of, you get that really bluesy. Also get that famous middle position sound where it's like, yeah, just a nice rhythm position going on. Middle position on a Tele as chirpy, like a bird chirping. I like that. Whoever said that. Now it's gonna live rent free in my mind for the rest of my life. That's okay though. Yeah, so middle position. I'm just much more of a neck pickup guy, based on what I really enjoy playing. And I have 10 gauge strings on this guitar, just to let you know. They're D'Addario NYXL 10s, just standards. I like 10s. They don't feel too heavy on this guitar. They definitely don't feel too light. You can still bend them, of course. So it responds really well to that. The radius of the fretboard, I think it's a 9.5 inch. It feels like your standard American Tele of the modern era. It's not that 7.25 vintage radius like you'll find on the 50s reissue Telecasters. It's a little bit more, a little bit flatter, which is good for your scales and things. Yeah, what else can I say about it? A lot of what, the appeal of the Tele, I think, is just the simplicity of it. You hear people say that all the time, that, spend a week on a Telecaster and you'll become a better player. Was that Seymour Duncan? I think he said that. I heard that from one of my favorite players, a guy named Josh Smith, who was also a Tele guy. Josh Smith is just the blues master. And yeah, spend some time on a Tele, because you will discover things about your own playing that you didn't know were there, and it might sort of have an effect on bringing some things to the surface in your playing and help you confront certain challenges that other guitars might mask or hide. And there's beauty in struggle sometimes. What I mean by that is it's good to kind of come face to face with those things by playing a guitar that is dead honest with you, and it meets you right where you are. Because I know myself, there's a lot that I've learned, and something about playing the Tele just feels like I'm getting closer to my goals than any other format of solid body guitar I've ever come across. And yeah, if I missed anything, just drop a comment. And yeah, so this is the Fender American Performer Telecaster. It's a couple years old, and it's in the satin sonic blue, rosewood fretboard, jumbo frets, high ratio tuners, Yosemite pickups, and it sounds great. So thanks for stopping by. I'm just gonna play out a little bit here. Yeah, check out Ted Green while you're at it. Speaking of Telecaster masters, there's so many people, but just check him out. Okay, if you haven't. Ted Green. See you guys. This is Tom. Not Ted. I wish. See ya.